Welcome to Shelaborate. I'm Kath.
And I'm Kyra. This is our podcast for the girls, from the girls.
We're telling our stories, hyping up women who inspire us, and shelaborating every step of the way.
It's time to give you the girl talk you've been waiting for. Let's get into it.
Okay, cool.
Oh, I like our little matching again.
Matchy?
Yeah. Once again, matching. If you're not matching your co-host...
What are you doing?
Are you even doing a podcast
Did
together?
we plan this? Yes.
Yes, we did, yeah.
We do. We try and match our vibe.
I like matching outfits.
I like matching outfits. I want to look similar.
Me too. I love it. Our girl gang loves this.
We love this. All right. Welcome back, Shelaborators.
So we wanted to share a little story with you today. This is something that Kathleen has not shared with very many people.
So everybody that knows me knows that I fractured my orbital bone last year.
Was it a full year ago?
Yeah, it was a full year ago. It was like July of last year.
Oh my gosh.
I have all of the pictures like showing up memories like around this time. But not a lot of people know the full story or like the real story of what happened. And so today we're going to get a little unhinged and we're going to tell you the whole story. Do you know the whole story?
I thought I did. I think I do know the whole story.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you everything.
Okay.
I'm even getting my text messages out.
Oh my gosh. This is truly going to be unhinged.
This is how unhinged this situation is. So last year around July timeframe, broke my orbital bone. I told people at work it was a baseball or a softball. I don't even remember. Because I didn't want to tell them the real story. And when you hear the real story, you're gonna realize why I didn't tell people what actually happened. So and we used to, it would kind of be like a quarterly thing. We would go out and have some drinks. We'd usually end up at that particular night. I think we went out to where you got married for like a jazz in the park.
That's right. Yeah. Okay. I did hear this part of the story.
And side note, me and I feel like whenever we're dating someone, they get jealous because we always do like the most romantic things together.
Jazz in the park with some wine on a blanket.
Jazz in the park. We'll do like beach walks. Like just all these like romantic things that I've had significant others be like, yo, I want to be... She's doing all this romantic stuff with you.
I wonder if my husband feels like that about some of our girl gang stuff. He's never said. Who's to say?
I don't know. Maybe we should bring him on and we'll interrogate him. So this was just kind of one of our quarterly things. That specific night, it was funny because we didn't bring a bottle opener and we were like trying to cut open this wine bottle and we're just
in
like
the park.
In the park, our hands are bleeding. We're trying to listen to jazz. People are laughing at us, but cheering us on as we like finally get this wine bottle open. So we make it to, I think we got drinks at some bar and then we make our way to like the final destination of the night, which is always, and especially when we're at we don't see a lot of each other. We usually just kind of like end up mingling with our separate, I don't know, whoever we find that night. And then we'll like kind of come back together and then we'll be like, and then we'll kind of like go off and do our own thing.
Just keep mingling around.
And then we'll kind of mingle and we'll come together and then maybe something will happen and we'll, whatever. And that particular night, sometimes like have people at our house afterwards just to keep hanging out. But so this guy's coming back and he has this friend.
This guy's coming back.
This guy's coming back. And his friend is coming back. I'm like, sir, why are you coming back with us?
So had you previously at the bar talked to the friend at all? Or was he just like...
I hadn't talked to either of them.
So the friend is just there. But the friend is just like, well, I don't know what to do. And he just comes along.
It wasn't like he was confused about what he was doing. He knew in his heart of hearts that he was coming back with us.
Okay. Is the friend thinking, okay, this is my opportunity with you?
No, he's married.
Okay, so truly, what is this friend doing? He's just hanging around
I'm
with
not
his friend.
So I'm not trying to make a move. He's not trying to make a move. You know, and this guy are off doing their thing. And I'm just kind of like trying to entertain this guy. Like walking back, I'm like, sir, what are you doing here? Why are you coming back with us? So we make it back into the kitchen.
I guess he's being a good friend. He's going with his friend.
So I am conflicted on this one. And I think I need opinions. You don't think that's weird?
So flip side, if it was, say, me and you going out, I'm married, and you were going to some random guy's house, I'd probably stick with you.
And you would stay there the whole night?
No.
Okay.
100% no.
Okay,
I would be tucked into my own bed.
Okay, well.
He stayed the whole night?
He stayed the whole night.
No, I'm truly confused now. Zero. No.
That's why I'm kind of, starting off like, who is this guy? What's he
in
doing?
my mind, he just went to support his friend and then they leave together.
No,
okay. I'm confused of what he was doing.
Yeah, I don't know. So we get back to the house. We're making mac and cheese. Again, this is just part of our
classic.
This is just part of our quarterly, outing. We come back, we make some mac and cheese, we go to bed. And from this point on, I actually have to be told everything that happens. I don't remember anything that happens from this point. But I wake up the next morning and I text, hey, why do I have a black eye? And I remember I had a massage and a facial that day. So I'm driving into Hand and Stone, or what it was called, like covering one eye because I can't really see too good, but it's not fully swollen shut yet. It's just a little bit purple, a little bit swollen. So I go in for my massage and whatever. I hadn't talked to yet, but this guy and his friend is sleeping in our guest bedroom.
So the friend is still there.
The friend never left.
You get up, you leave. You're just on with your day.
So I get up.
The friend's just chilling in the house. What is this friend's wife thinking? Like, this man's wife has to be like, TikTok, where are you, Sonny?
Unsure. So I get up before all of them are up.
I just absolutely uncouth of this man to stay there.
It was weird.
That's very weird.
It was weird.
How does he explain that to his wife? I'm not sleeping in some man's house that I don't know.
No, I wouldn't appreciate that, I don't think.
No. That's very weird.
And I didn't even want him in the house.
Nobody wants him there.
Go home.
Okay.
Do you have a home?
I could have been a fake ring.
Could
have been fake. People do that.
I'm speechless. I still have not in my brain really wrapped my head around the fact that this guy is still in my home.
So he's just in the guest bedroom.
He's in the guest bedroom.
Do you think he's panicking? What's going through his mind? Is he like, I gotta get out of here. I need to get home.
I don't know, because then when I come back from my massage, I go back. Obviously, I'm not feeling well. I go back to sleep. He walks in. And she has kind of this look on her face of kind of worried, like, oh my gosh. And I'm like, hey, like, what happened last night? And she explained the whole situation. So this guy that she was hanging out with had chucked an onion at my face so hard that it fractured my orbital bone and gave me a gnarly concussion.
I just don't understand how, even if someone is jokingly throwing something at someone, how you could fracture an orbital bone. First off, I don't know how you jokingly throw something at someone's face. Okay, maybe you're jokingly tossing it and it hit him in the face. Okay, reasonable.
Hard
enough that it breaks your orbital bone. That's where I'm totally lost.
Yes.
You're throwing it. That's not like a underhand toss at someone. That is like overhand whipping it at someone.
And we'll get into his version of the story later, but
I have not heard this. I need to
but
hear
I
it.
want the other audacious actions from this man. So he leaves. Him and his friend, I think, get like an Uber to go home. You know, my first question, why do I have a black eye? 2, why did his friends stay? Are they gone? So they wrote me a little note on the back of a receipt that says, sorry about your eye, and then drew a little picture of an onion. I actually think I might still have it in my room. And I get a text message. No. I get a Facebook message request and Facebook friend request from this guy. Backstory. He tells that his name is separate from what it is.
Why do guys do that? This area is so many guys in this area do that. I'm like, you are not that secret. You being special forces, why are you using fake names when you meet people at, like, no offense, sir, you should probably just use your real name.
You should just probably use your real name.
Also, and it's very small community. We're going to find out.
Yes.
Like, we are literally going to find out what your actual name is.
Immediately. It was like he had told her his like last name or something weird. But I get a friend request from him. I'm just going to pull it up.
Okay. Meanwhile, how late was he at your house? How late were they there?
I don't think it was particularly late. Maybe like 10 a.m.
Still 10 a.m. the next day.
So I want to get this story right. He texts me. He adds me on Facebook because he was friends with a girl that I had met that night who I had gotten her number, and he had reached out to her to find out my name, whatever, to find me on Facebook. So he messages me, hey, is your eye all right? And I go, LOL, yeah, it's all right. I'm never touching an onion again. By the way, your Telecaster is pretty sick, by the way. This man just breaks my orbital bone. He doesn't know it yet, though. He doesn't know that I have a fracture. But he proceeds to send me pictures of his guitars because he had seen the guitars that I have. And I don't care. I don't care about your guitars. Don't respond. I don't know what your goal is here. And at this point, so I am out for the count all of Sunday. After the massage, I don't think I left my bed.
I feel like him reaching out is an indicator that he knew he did something wrong. Because otherwise, why would he reach out?
I don't know.
I feel like at this point already is kind of knowing that he did something wrong. I mean,
to me, it's just, again, speechless.
Like, why are you sending pictures of your car?
Why are you talking to me?
Also, weird.
Don't message me.
This is so weird.
No.
Okay, these guys are bizarre.
Bizarre. And so I go to work the next day. I still haven't done anything, seen any professional help. And I'm literally, again, driving into work because at this time it had actually blown up and I could barely see out of it. And I'm driving one eye closed because I couldn't really see. I go into my boss's office. We have a physical fitness event the next day. And I show up and I just walk in and, hey, I don't think I'm going to be able to do the PT event today. And they just look at me. They're like, holy yeah. And another whole episode I think we could do a whole episode about is I think it takes so much for us to admit that we're hurt or go see medical help, because I went to see my team medic, another team's medic. I talked to my PA. The thought of going to the emergency room and getting checked out was I wanted to make sure there was actually something wrong with me. Turns out I had an orbital fracture. So I went to the emergency room, and the first thing that they say to me is, oh, you should have come earlier. Anything with your eye, you should come immediately, which, you just never feel good about ever going to see medical help. especially in the military system.
But then when you show up and they're like, you really should have come, you're like, well, I didn't. So can you please help me now?
Help me now. But then the experience that I had after is kind of like, okay, well, this is why we don't come right away, because, he sits me down. I get an x-ray done. He's having me do all of these eye tests, and I'm like really struggling to do a lot of it. And he's kind of like forcing it a little bit. And he comes back and he's like, you Clemson people are really tough. You have an orbital fracture and possible nerve infringement. And you know how they always tell you
my gosh,
not to Google your injuries?
Yeah.
Well, I Googled that. And it's literally like immediate surgery.
Seriously?
Yeah. And so the fact that it didn't end up being nerve infringement, but the fact that he thought it was, and you could tell he kind of just at first looked at me and was like, oh, this girl's fine. And then he kind of walks in, you could tell he kind of felt bad a little bit, because he, I think, not misdiagnosed, but maybe
he assumed that you were like being more dramatic than it actually was.
Yeah, potentially. Yeah. And, so then I get all this, other testing done. So it wasn't a nerve infringement, but my orbital bone was fractured. I had to deploy late. And so I was just I was a lot embarrassed about a stupid kind of night out that potentially almost cost me my deployment, like letting my team down. So I just didn't really want to be telling people what had actually happened.
Yeah, that a guy whipped an onion at you and it broke your orbital bone.
And I had no memory of it.
To me, I just don't know how you could throw something at someone so hard that it would break an orbital bone. It seems like to me, I feel like an orbital bone is more fragile than maybe like a femur or something, but still that
force,
you would have to throw it pretty hard. I feel like. So did you contact him after that?
No, he sends me a picture of his guitar. I'm like, no. Didn't respond. He goes, did anyone ask about your injury? And I go,
so this is the next day he messages you again.
This is a couple days later, because I didn't respond. Okay, so he texts me, never touch an onion again, love your guitars. Didn't respond. 5 hours later, sends me pictures of his guitars. I don't respond. Texts me 2 days later, hey, did anyone ask about your eye injury? And I go,
oh, he's feeling guilty as heck.
Or he's hitting on me.
Either way, not good.
Not good. I go, haha. Yeah. I go, yes, I ended up having to go to the hospital. He goes, oh, for real? Are you all right? What did they say? Guilt's setting in a lot now. Now
I think he knew from the beginning messages.
But then I go, it broke my orbital bone and surgery is still on the table, because surgery was pretty much still on the table until 6 weeks after that. I was pretty much couldn't do anything for 6 weeks.
And you were just waiting to see how it healed up? Just
to see if I needed to get surgery to see how it would heal. He goes, are you actually serious? I go, yeah, I am. That's insane. Is your vision infected at all? And, whatever. Okay, well, my vision was fine for the most part. Well, okay, well, that's good. At least I was stressing for you. I don't think I can keep onions in my house anymore. And I go, I don't think the onions are a problem. And then he goes, I think it was a yellow onion, because me and were making a joke that there was remnants of like a purple onion on the floor. So we were going to like take it and burn it. And he goes, I remember it was massive. And I go, yeah, it must have been. It broke my face. And he goes, maybe you just have really soft bones.
Is he for real? Like trying to joke around about breaking your orbital bone?
And I didn't respond, because actually yourself.
That makes me really mad.
Wait, so when you tell people, when they ask you how you broke your eye, or like, how did you respond? And I didn't respond. Do you want to know what this man sends me next?
Another guitar?
A picture of an onion.
I think he thinks it's a joke.
In what world?
The way that I feel like if you're a psychologist out there, please psychoanalyze this. But I, as an outside party, feel like he feels simultaneously really, really guilty and is like, oh, shoot, this is super serious. I can straight up go to jail for assault for throwing this at a woman in her house and breaking her bone. And he doesn't want to get in trouble.
So then why wouldn't you just back off instead of
because
saying like this?
I think because he's worried that you're like gonna report him, or that you're telling this when you're saying things like he's asking like, so when you're telling people, are you asking like, what are you saying when you're telling people? I think he also wants to know like, oh, are you telling people it was an onion, or are you lying? Because if you're telling people if it's an onion, then it's one step away from saying, oh yeah, this person threw an onion at me and it broke my orbital bone.
I just have a really hard...
Because first question, if you say someone threw an onion at me and it broke my orbital bone, my first question was, who did this to you?
Yeah.
Tell me immediately.
Yeah.
That's not okay. And that's going to be everyone's first question. I think he feels guilty.
Well,
doesn't want to get in trouble.
I'm sure that is part of it. It's just baffling. It's wild to me that his next comment is a picture of a onion.
I think he's also trying to like downplay it and make it funny. Like try to make it funny.
Yeah. So then obviously I didn't respond to that. He hits me up a couple months later, asks me about it, asked me about the surgery. And then he saw that I skydived, and I guess he was getting into skydiving. So he was asking about that. And then I was kind of just short with him asking. And then he hits me up like a couple months later. And then I kind of just stopped responding. But he texts me when I get back and he goes, any good stories from your trip?
What is up with this guy?
And I go, what is your angle here? He goes, well, I feel like I owe you a dinner or something after the whole onion thing.
Sir, you owe her a new orbital socket.
I'm like, well, you know where I live? DoorDash me something. Well, I didn't
Did
say
he?
that. No, I didn't say that. But I did say you owe me way more than dinner. He goes, what, like 2 dinners?
I would have been like, yeah, send him over right now.
Yeah, so I just overall don't know. I don't know what. He did ask, how can I make it up to you? I said, I don't want you to make it up to me. Oh, he goes, no malicious intent when I made the throw for what it's worth. I was like, I don't really care.
This is so bizarre. What is your angle?
What is your angle here?
Do you think that this is going to be like enemies to lovers type thing? Like you broke her orbital, you assaulted her in her home, and now you're going to fall in love via guitar pictures and onion pictures?
And now we're going to bond over guitars and our love of onions.
I truly do not understand this man's angle.
I was just befuddled. I mean, but part of me was like, I kind of do want to know this man's angle. So I would kind of be short with him. I'm like, what are you getting at? But so what did happen was, this is his side of the story. I mean, and this is probably...
Yeah, so what was with the throwing?
So this is probably true. I'm a dumb... I never said that I wasn't, right? Like... He goes, you did tell me to throw the onion harder. And I go...
he threw it at you and then...
I guess he goes, I tossed it back at you after you threw it at me the first time. And you said, is that the hardest you can throw? Come on. So,
but you don't do it.
So I realized my part in this, that I egged him on a little. You know, I started it. But at the same time, I think you need to have a little bit of self-awareness to realize you probably shouldn't chuck an onion at someone.
Okay, there's a difference between playful banter and breaking someone's orbital bone. That's like
a switch that has to turn on.
Yes, that is like, that's, if someone's joking around and they're like, oh, is that the best you can do that? Ha ha. Like, that's joking. And then there's a difference between that and like full on punching someone.
Let me
or
wind up.
Let me
an MLB style pitch this thing at her eyeball.
That is very different. To me, that is like a huge red flag. Like, this person, has no meter, intoxicated or not, to be like, no, that's a bad choice.
Or, we've all done dumb shit.
Yeah,
Drunk,
but there's
sure. And
there's a difference between doing and saying dumb stuff and physically harming someone else.
Completely.
And to me, that's where the switch is. It's like, you could literally, if one of our friends was like, hit me in the head, or,
hey, like
slap me across the face. No part of me ever would hit them so hard it would hurt them.
Yeah.
I might jokingly touch their face.
Yeah.
But at my core, I'm not going to physically harm someone,
Yeah.
whether I'm intoxicated or not.
Yeah.
I'm just not going to do it.
Yeah.
Because I know it's inappropriate deep down.
And then to me, it was what really got me irritated was the sending a picture of the onion. Like,
it's almost like taunting.
It was like taunting. And to me, I didn't know if I was going to be able to deploy. I potentially just like ruined a whole train up, like let my team down. Like I had a whole trip planned. I wasn't able to go to the UK. Like I had all this stuff planned. So I was like really still in my feels about the consequences of like going out that night and making the decisions that we had made. And it was just like, it is one thing, like the straight up assault of it. And it is the next thing to just not have the decency to just like apologize like a normal human being.
Well, to apologize and actually be apologetic.
Yeah.
When you're apologizing and you're joking about it and sending pictures of onions or saying, oh, well, maybe your orbital bone is just really fragile. That to me shows like an inner, he's not taking responsibility, nor does he recognize the gravity of the situation or want to admit it.
Yeah.
Same.
An actual man-child.
Which is, again, draws back to the same problem of like, you're joking about like, yeah, throw it harder, haha. And then he throws it harder. Like, you, sir, there is something wrong with you. Like, straight up.
And then
red flag.
I'll show you the picture and you'll be like, checks out. Yeah, that guy would throw an onion at you.
Yeah. For anyone listening, his Facebook profile picture is him eating a...
No, you can't say that because then they'll find him.
He freaking deserves to get found. Facebook profile picture is like... which pains me in and of itself as an Italian. Nobody should be eating Chef Boyardee raviolis out of a can. That's disgusting.
You're not in the field, sir. Where it would be
He's
the
like
only
in
place.
in a building or something, and that's your Facebook profile picture. Disgusting. You disgust me on multiple levels.
On so
but
many
just like
levels.
also the fact that you did that, joked about it, didn't take it seriously, very problematic.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it now, looking back a year later?
It's still pretty fresh.
Do you think we should reach out to him for the podcast and tell him that we're telling this story on the podcast? See if he has anything to say for himself?
See if he has any comments.
Yeah, see if he'll send him a voice message.
I'll hit him up right now.
So just seeing if you have anything to say for yourself as a grown man. Like, we have several questions. First,
How dare you?
how dare you? First question, how dare you?
Second question,
be like, so do you usually take jokes way too far? Is that a common theme that you do? Because this whole time he's been taking it way too far. Third, at what point did you think sending pictures of guitars and onions was appropriate?
Like a cute thing to do.
Third, are you hitting on me, or is this just some weird game to you?
Fourth. Are we in 4 or 5?
Fourth.
Why did you bring your friend over?
Yeah, what's up with the friend? Update on the friend.
Seriously,
Your update on the friend. Is he still married?
I'll be honest.
Was that the nail in the coffin for
I'll
him?
forgo 1 through 4 questions if you just tell me about number 5.
Why did you bring him?
Why did he come?
And lastly, what do you have to say for yourself?
Doing a podcast.
Be like doing a podcast episode
on the onion story.
Send a voice memo.
You can send a voice memo and we will include it.
This man's gonna be scared.
He's off the shit. over.
It's not
buddy.
over.
It just began.
No. You throw an onion at my friend, we're making a podcast episode out of it.
All right, we have his
He's texting.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have his attention.
He's texting. What if he's sending a voice memo right now?
We'll play it.
What did he say?
What's the tone of the episode? LOL, give me the 5-second synopsis. What do you mean? You lived it.
I would say tone of the episode is questioning all of your actions. Wait, can you read what you wrote?
All right, so reaching out to our good old boy PS or SP, as he told Poppy. Doing a podcast episode on the story. Got any comments? You can send a voice memo. We'll include it. Oh my Lord. He's nervous. What's the tone of the episode? LOL. Give me the 5-second synopsis, which he doesn't need because he lived it.
Also,
he lived the whole thing.
Also, who are you to think that we owe you a 5-second synopsis? Like, plead your case, man.
Oh my God. He's still so caught up about this freaking guitar. He goes, so that he wants to know the tone. I said, tone is how I broke my orbital bone. Also, why did you bring your friend to our home? And why did you send me pictures of guitars and onions? You want to know what he replied to? The one thing he got out of that?
The guitars.
Oh, because you had a cool telly and I was showing you my cool telly.
Sir, you broke my orbital bone.
Voice memo.
Voice memo, plead your case.
Plead your case. He wants to know how he can make it up to us. Us. You're in it with us. You're in it.
He doesn't owe me anything. I hate him though. No, this doesn't even begin to scratch the surface of making it up. You assault someone, I don't like you. I do. A heart from the get-go is when you quote unquote make it up. You are heartfelt and genuine in your apology, and that is how you make it up to someone. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm going to be a jerk to you for months and act like this is a joke and then be like, oh, how can I make it up to you? Like, that's not genuine.
No.
You have no ability to make it up at that point. You've been a jerk for far too long. So no, you're not going to make it up. Bummer. No voice memo. Guess your side won't be included.
All right.
Actually, what I think that you should say to him is try not to worry. Because he's definitely worried about it right now. I want him to worry about it.
Well, do you think...
I think you just messaged him. Try not to worry.
Don't you worry. Don't you worry your little heart.
If he wants to listen to it, send me a screenshot of your bank account. Whatever the number is in your bank account.
Half it.
The whole thing.
The whole bank account?
The whole thing.
We can't freaking cut this guy's legs off from under him. I have a little bit too much grace, I think, sometimes.
Yeah, you do. Because if I would have known this guy's name back when the incident was cooking off, I would have been like, report his. Here's the reason why I feel like that. In part because I've had a lot of people in my life who have just been genuinely like not good people.
Yeah.
And I feel like there are indicators of like this person just like isn't a good person.
Yeah.
And they're liable, I feel like, to do things to other people. And yeah, it starts out as like a broken orbital bone. It probably started out long before that of him just kind of doing crappy things to people. And then it just keeps escalating because people can just keep getting away with things. Mm-hmm. And it's like, where does it stop? Oh, yeah. They seriously hurt someone or ruin things for them. Like he almost made you not be able to deploy. All of that hard work and respect that you earned from your team now gets shattered because he takes a joke way too far.
I do think part of it is like I just take almost too much responsibility, or like I feel like because I decided to go out that night or decided to drink or decided to do X, Y, and Z, that it's like my fault.
I do feel like that's good on you for taking your responsibility for your part in it. But the other side of it is that like it doesn't matter what you say to him. It doesn't matter what you wear. It doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter how you act. If someone hurts you, that's on them. They made a decision to hurt you. Mm-hmm. And that to me, like, no, that's on him. Like, you're not responsible for his actions. Shame on him. Mm-hmm. And then doubly shame on him for
doubling down.
For not taking responsibility afterwards. Because we probably wouldn't even be talking about this right now if afterwards he would have been like, holy smokes, I did the wrong thing. I'm reaching out to you because this is not okay. I want to make sure that you're okay. And I am genuinely sorry for this.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
Someone who's genuinely sorry is not making jokes and sending onions to you. He's like, hey, is this going to impact you at work? Like,
are you okay?
What is going on with this? Like, hey, just reaching out and make sure this isn't impacting your life. Like, I'm really sorry. This is not okay. And it seems like he's saying things like, what can I do to make it up to you? Like, I don't know. You tell me.
Yeah.
You come up. You put the mental energy into solving this problem. Don't cause the problem and then expect me to put the mental energy into telling you how to fix it. Mm-hmm. Unacceptable.
Yeah. That's the onion story. That's the whole story, start to finish.
We'll see if he responds. Maybe he'll step up and actually apologize and be genuine this time, but who's to say?
Maybe we'll get a good episode out of it.
Yeah, maybe he'll have
That's really all that we can hope for at this point, because TBIs are gnarly. They're really fucking gnarly. Take care of yourself.
And thanks for listening to our second installment of Shelaborate Unhinged.
Join us next time. We have episodes dropping every Tuesday.
Thanks for listening.
See you next time.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to Shelaborate. We can't wait to bring you more episodes.
Don't forget to follow, like, and drop us a review. Our episodes are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Patreon.
If you liked the show, post it on your social media and pass it along. Women supporting women is the whole point.
We'll be back next week with more opinions, more stories, and more Shelaboration.
Until then, I'm Kath.
And I'm Kyra. This podcast is for the girls. We'll be right back.